I came back to visit this space. Um, it's been nearly 50 years. It's been a very long time. That I was driving north on Fulton Street, and I was doing well. I had a really nice life, an extremely nice life. My future was set. I had stepped into a corporation. They called them blue chip corporations, 500 blue chip corporations, 500 of the best corporations on the planet. And I had stepped into one of the greatest and had become a marketing representative for Procter & Gamble. So I had a great life. I had a great future. And I knew my life was good. But driving this way, and I've been experiencing drug addicts, heroin addicts, and the poverty and brokenness. I've been experiencing it for years. I understood what it was. And I just made the decision right about here in my car that I was going to leave the corporate world. I didn't see myself going into a life of crime. Actually, what I did initially was there was an assemblyman. I forget his name, but he was very popular in New York Assembly. And this was during the time of Shirley Chisholm, who was a congresswoman at the time. And by the way, we really need to study Shirley Chisholm. She's an extraordinary congresswoman that ran for president. At any rate, this assemblyman had a car service called Black Pearl Car Service. And what I would do after I left corporate America is that I would pay $19 a day to rent one of his cars that had a Black Pearl on it, car service, and everybody knew it was car service. And I would drive around and pick up people, and they'd pay me a certain amount of money. I could make $100 a day, sometimes $200 a day, depending on the weekends, depending on how people would tip. And I would only have to pay $19 for the use of the car and whatever gas I put in it. The other thing, I stayed high all the time. I mean, I was smoking weed like you won't believe, all day long. But I made that decision. I just wanted to come back today and sort of reminisce that I got out of the corporate world right out there. The things that I did between then and now, I've repented for it 1,000 times. I'll continue to repent for it. The thing was, I thought that I could help my brothers that were on heroin. I had the power to resist heroin. Come on, I had the power to resist heroin. I had the opportunity, if I wanted to, I could have used heroin, I could have used cocaine, but I had the power to resist it. My friends didn't, my brothers, the young men, they couldn't resist it. Somebody offered it to them, first you snort it, you take a little piece of paper, stick it in the heroin and snort it. The snorting of it didn't make you as high as you first started. Heroin addicts tell me that there is nothing on the planet like the first time you get high off of heroin. The feeling, the exuberation that you experience, there ain't nothing like it. Now don't y'all go out and try it because I said that. But the more you snort it, the less potent it becomes. So to get more power out of the heroin, you cook it. You put it in a little lid, put some water in it, and stick a match to it and make it a liquid. You put it in a needle and stick it in your arms and shoot it. It's so powerful, you get knocked out. Many junkies would just sit there and nod out, and it would hit them so hard they couldn't even take the needle back out their arms. They would go out with the needle in their arm. Some died, but that's how quick and how powerful it is. They said it was king heroin at the time, that it was king. But I had the power to resist it. I think it's important for all of you to understand that there are things you can resist. I've never used heroin, never. I did take a sniff of cocaine, but I realized that if I continued to do cocaine, I was gonna be homeless and I wasn't gonna have a future. This is during the days of Muhammad Ali. I really thought I was too pretty to be a junkie. It's the absolute truth. I said, I ain't sleeping in nobody's abandoned building. So I just wanted to come back here today. And now I want to be the mayor of this city. I believe I can help people. And not just that, politicians and preachers, no matter what religion they belong to, what cult, what ideology, it's all the same. I want to tell the world that I resisted heroin when everybody I knew was on it. I didn't take it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I had the power to say, no, I'm not shooting heroin. I want to say that I have the power, should I become the mayor, to not be a liar, to not be a thief, to not mistreat the people, to not run over. I have the power to resist the corporate greed. I have the power to do that. And as your pastor, I have resisted moving out of Harlem into a fancy neighborhood. I've slept with homeless people in the same building for years. I've had the power to resist trying to be somebody uppity, trying to be somebody who thinks they finally made it. I've resisted that. I have resisted the nonsense, the foolishness that a lot of leaders do. So should I become mayor, I'm gonna stay with the people. Should I become the mayor of the city of New York, I've already demonstrated for 50 years, I resist what everybody else do once they get power. I've done that. You got proof of that. What I'd like to do with you is to teach you also how to resist the temptations of the world, how to resist the things that everybody thinks that makes you important, that makes you popular, that makes you powerful. Resist it. Resist those temptations. Stay with the people, help the people, give of yourself everything that you have. And that ought to be, I get high watching y'all. I get high watching Brahima's little brother, what's his name? Musa. I get high watching him come to me and ask me to squeeze his hand. Well, you know, I've been squeezing people's hands for 30 years before Brahima was born. I want y'all to get high helping people. I want you to get high on being honest and truthful and committed to the people. I want you to get high on that. That ought to be, when people got high on heroin, said it's like a feeling I never had before. I want you the same way with me. I got high giving up the world. I didn't know how I was going to help my brothers, but I did. Ultimately, I did. And ultimately, I will. Maybe some of y'all, maybe you don't know it, might be the children of some of the men that were on drugs 40, 50 years ago. Now, I did smoke weed. I tell you that I smoked weed. Yeah, I did that. But that's my message here today. All right? I thank y'all for hanging out with me. I thank you for being a part of what's going on. But please, please, turn around and help people. God gives you an opportunity. You get an opportunity to go through school. You get an opportunity to get a job. Don't leave the people. Don't leave the people that need you. So if we can learn anything here today, all right? Let's go, let's roll, let's go back and do some campaigning, all right?